I have good news for everybody who plans on flying with United Airlines. You will be able to fly in a plane where the entire crew is LGBTQ. Personally, I feel safer knowing that my pilot bangs dudes because that matters. Why? It's the weirdest thing about all of this pride stuff and everything is that I grew up and it was like, mind your own business. Whatever somebody wants to do in the privacy of their own home, they're allowed to do. Now they're saying outright, like, your pilot likes banging men. And I'm like, please don't tell me that. I don't care. He can do whatever he wants. More power to him. But how is that supposed to make me feel flying on a plane? Is it supposed to matter to me? Am I now going to be like, I'm going to fly on that plane because then you get a gay pilot? What? Your stewardess. She's not actually. Is the idea like if you're a lesbian, you can fly and then the flight attendant will be a lesbian so you could hit on her or something? Because traditionally it's like a busty female attendant and the guys are hitting on her, or what is it? Is it that like if you're a guy, you can't hit on the fly? What's the point of this? Here's the story from the Post-Millennial. On Tuesday, United Airlines posted a video to Twitter showcasing one of their planes being outfitted with rainbow graphics in honor of their pride and partnership with Virgin Australia. This koala crew from San Francisco to Sydney with an all-LGBT crew for pride in partnership with Virgin Australia. Like, oh, listen to that music. They're getting it. Oh, they're painting the plane with a little rainbow. And they got fancy music. Oh, the koala's got UA in its sunglasses. Congratulations. I'm pretty sure this is illegal. Like, I don't think you can say, hey, who wants a job? But you can only do it if you have a specific sexual orientation. Like, I think we literally outlawed that. But here's the funny bit. It was never about equality. You know, we get all these things like the Civil Rights Act and all that stuff, and a lot of it did bring about equality, and I'm happier for it. But now it's about anti-equality. They're like, you can't discriminate against us. And then we're like, okay, fair point. No more discriminating against this group of people. Then that group of people comes out and says, now we deserve our own space where you can't come. And it's like, hey, hold on. That's discrimination. But that's what they're doing. The flight, which saw an all LGBTQ crew fly from San Francisco to Sydney, was blasted by Twitter users, with many questioning what a crew member's sexual orientation or gender identity has to do with arriving safely at their destination. Robbie Starbuck says, United, how are you qualified as a pilot? My pronouns are Zer. Say no more. You're hired. I don't think it would be like that. I think the bigger problem is that they would be like, we're looking for a pilot. My name's John. What are your pronouns? What does that mean? Get out. What about you? My name is Zork. What are your pronouns? Zub Zub. You're hired. Like, they'll know how to fly, but then like you're going to be on a plane and you're going to be sitting there and then you're going to get that intercom thing where it's like, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is flight 1733 from New York to Chicago's Midway Airport. We got a long flight today, a bit of headwinds. Sorry for the delay. Flight attendants will be passing through momentarily to bring drinks. Please keep your seatbelts on when the seatbelt light is on. And I like banging dudes. And the man sitting next to me also does as well. Maybe we might bang each other. Do we need to know that? Is that what we need to hear when we're on a plane? Can you just tell? First of all, you ever been on a plane and the pilot won't shut up? He just keeps going, and I'm like, my guy, I am trying to watch Madagascar, okay? The lemur dude is trying to get the nut or whatever, and you keep talking, and it's freezing my movie. And then and now what? Now I'm going to get on a plane, and just want to make sure you all know, everybody here's gay. Dude, I don't care if you're gay, man. That's fine. But what is this? Here we go. Here's another one. United Airlines. This koala flew. As a 1K member and business owner, I just want to know what someone's sexual preference has to do with getting me to my destination safely and on time. Agreed. At what point in the hiring process is this information requested by United? Ooh, that's a good one. Can you imagine that? It's like, imagine being a dude who's like, you're LGBT or whatever, and you apply to be a pilot. And then the guy's hiring, he's got his notepad out, and he's like, all right, let me just take some notes here. Your name is Bill Smith, and how tall are you? And they're like, 5'9", okay, 5'9". How many flight hours do you actually have? Like, oh, I actually have, X amount. I don't know how many they're supposed to have. And you've flown commercial before? Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. And when you're having sex with a person, do you prefer that person to be male, female, or other? And then what are you supposed to answer to that? Be like, I'm not telling you this. Well, if you don't tell me, how can we put you on our all LGBTQ plane? Which means at some point, HR at United requested the sexual orientation of these employees. Is that legal? Like, are you allowed to do that? It makes me wonder about when you're applying for a job and they ask you your race and they're like, don't worry, we're not going to use your race for any reason. I don't believe you. Like, you ask someone their sexual orientation now on their application or whatever, and then you do this. How long until they're like, fly on our plane from, London to Belfast with an all black crew? And I don't care. Like, why are you telling me this? It makes me feel weird. Here's another one. Mike Gain says, I'll pass. I want a pilot that was hired for flight qualifications, not because of a group she belongs to. No. It's this. I want a pilot that was hired for their flight qualifications, not because they bang a certain type of person. I don't care about that. It's immaterial to the... One of these planes, one of these days, you're going to get a bridge collapse or a building collapse, and it's going to be like, well, we had the option to hire the best engineer, but this guy over here said he liked banging dudes, so we decided to hire him instead. Like, sure, I guess. Because what I want in an airline, even above it confirming the pilots are competent, experienced, and customer-focused, is knowing that the airline has confirmed the entire flight crew has atypical sexual preferences. Good times. That's right. My number one concern when I fly is who the pilot is sleeping with. The only way to feel safe for sure. There's this viral video going right now where like a battery explodes in a plane. And could you just imagine like you're on a plane and some lithium-ion battery blows up and there's smoke filling everything and you're coughing and it stinks and you're like, help. And they're like, don't worry, the flight attendant's gay. These are the priorities of woke people. And that's why I do feel like everything's crumbling and falling apart. Maybe that's just me. I don't want to be blackpilled or anything like that. But when I'm imagining a scenario where it's like a guy collapses on a plane and they're like, this man's having a heart attack. Is anybody a doctor? No, but I'm gay. And like, that's the kind of future that woke people want. And everyone claps. They're like, congratulations for that. Now about that doctor, no, but have the gay guy do it. It used to be about qualifications, your skills and what you can do. And now they're specifically putting people in flight crews based on their sexual preference. You know what? I'm going to be honest, guys. I would avoid that flight. Any flight where you tell me the crew is all one thing or another, I'm going to take a different one because it's already scary enough for many people to be in a giant flying sky tube going 600 miles an hour, let alone to hint that the qualifications of the people here are not their flight hours, but like their private life. Like imagine this. Imagine getting on a plane and they're like, we just want to let you know everybody flying the plane today, they're actually day traders. You're going to be like, can they fly? Well, probably. They're pilots. But all of them we got from Wall Street. And it's just like, does that indicate that these are the best people for the job and I should feel safe for this? Now, I'm gonna be honest. The pilots will get mad about this one. But a lot of it's autopilot anyway. You're up in the sky and they take off and landing are the real difficult things, that the real danger is. But for the most part, they even have auto land. I was on a plane once and it was so foggy. They were like, we can't wait. The fog rolled in. We're going to auto land. So everybody turn off your phones and all that stuff. And then the plane landed itself. So maybe that's where we're going. I got to be honest. The future is going to be really weird. I watched this video about these guys. It's the Corridor crew. Have you seen this one? They made an anime where they act out the roles with a green screen and then use Stable Diffusion to turn them into anime characters. And they type in what they want. And I thought about something. We are building AI off of this library of internet content. And it's learning based on that. And then it's going to speak English. And we're going to talk to the AI and say, make me a cartoon about a ninja who fights Shinigami. And it means death god. I think I talked about that in the previous segment. And then it'll make it for you. But what happens when it starts breaking down and starts producing things that don't make sense because it's going to need input back into it? You know what I mean? I wonder if that's the future. Humans will be chaotic, ill-mannered, and underdeveloped, and really dumb. Because there will be no reason to be smart. There's a video I played yesterday on Timcast IRL. A woman tells a story about socialism. She says, students in a college thought that socialism worked. So the teacher said, we're going to do an experiment. We'll average out all of your grades. That way no one will fail, but no one will get an A either. No one will be exceptional, but no one will fail. After the first test, the average score was a B. Those who studied hard and got perfect scores were upset their score was dragged down. And those who didn't study were cheering because they got a B and they didn't even do anything. So the next time the test came around, the people who worked really hard said, what's the point? I'm not going to get a good score anyway. So they stopped. The people who didn't study studied less, and then everyone got a D. And the next time it came around, everyone got an F because there was no incentive on doing well. That's where we're going with AI. There will be no reason to be a better person. There will be no reason to improve. The plane will fly itself. So they'll just, this is where we're going. Understand this. The plane can fly itself, right? But they'll need a pilot who can press the emergency button. Okay, then who are they going to pick? They ain't going to pick the pilot. Plane flies itself. They're going to pick the, gay, trans, disabled person of color because they're going to be like, it checks all the boxes. And if you don't need to really be able to do anything, then there you go. That's future, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/Timcast. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.